Oh, we're live.
We're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to our first Eurovision Hub live stream, which is really exciting. This is the first time we've done this.
Oh my god.
So I think we should go around. Sorry, there's just extra sound coming out there. I think we should just go around and reintroduce ourselves. A lot of people probably know who we are anyway. I'm Louise and I'm from Ireland. Nush?
I'm Nush and I'm from England.
Chloe?
I'm Chloe and I'm from Scotland.
Matt?
I am Matt from the UK.
And I am Yago from Spain.
That was like doing roll call. Very good. So thank you everybody who's joined us in the chat today. We're just gonna do some live reacting all together as a group to the Eurovision Song Contest 2019 because it all went down last night. It's all over, which is really sad. But to help us cure some PED, post-Eurovision depression, we are all going to have a big chat together. So we're going to go around and the first question, we're going to try 3 main questions tonight and spend a little bit of time speaking about all of them. And then we're going to check in with the chat room every once in a while. And at the end, we're going to have some kind of open time to just chat openly about all kinds of things and take questions from the live chat. So the first question we're going to start with today is, who were your winners from last night, both results-wise or performance-wise? We could name maybe 2 or 3 each and say why. So Matt, can we start with you?
Yeah. So my first winner was obviously the Netherlands. You know, as always, he was just on point. Everything just was just perfect. I'm really happy he won. Yeah. I think it was a good result. Do you want all 3 now, or are we going to do one?
Yeah, just keep on rolling because we might agree with some.
Then France was one of my second winners. I really thought they were going to even go top 5. It was like, although Netherlands was like really emotional, for me France was like the only song that actually made me feel something. The staging was just like incredible. Bilal was really good. I really liked the revamp actually. I think I don't know whether it helped his voice a bit, because I think in the national final it sounded like he was straining quite a bit. And then the revamp, I think, I don't know, something worked better for his voice. So I think it went a lot better. And my third one is Australia. Obviously, that staging is just like out of this world. Like to be on the pole, to be moving, singing, like she is incredible. And it was like, that's the kind of thing that if anyone who hadn't seen Eurovision, I would show them that, because I think that really showcases just how like technologically advanced like the contest is. And I think she did really well to get in that top 10. I was expecting her to go a lot higher actually, but top 10 is good for Australia, I think. So yeah.
Oh, I think Louise has muted herself.
Sorry, amateur error. Can we move on to Nush, please? Nush, maybe have your point.
Yeah, okay. So I think everyone knows this. I was obsessed with Norway even before the contest. And to be honest, the semi-final 2, when they performed, I was actually a bit worried considering Darude didn't even get through. I was like, oh, what else is going to happen? Like if Darude can't get through, you know, what about, you know, Norway? Maybe people aren't into that like electronic sound anymore. I was a bit worried, and then they got through and their performance was amazing, I thought. And then I started getting really worried when we saw the jury votes, because I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like, why are they so low? Like, everyone that I thought was going to do so much better was so low. And then that televote came through and bam, they went to the top. So I was really, really happy. They won the televote. So that's, you know, really important for me. It was like, at least they won something, even though they didn't win the contest. You know, it's a good thing that they did quite well because they worked so hard and they're such a different group. It's not just, we're not going to get anything like that again, I don't think, probably not for a while, you know, with those 3, you know, individuals. It was just so great. And then I think my second, actually, it was Switzerland, you know. I think they did a great performance. Like, it was really good. Like, the lighting they had, like, I wasn't expecting anything. Like, you know, the music video was completely different. You were thinking it was going to be more like, not so like, you know, it kind of reminded me of the Ingrosso guy from Sweden last year.
I think a lot of people said that actually.
Yeah. But it was better. than Ingrosso's performance, I think. And the song was way better. It was very commercial friendly. I think it was really good. I thought it might win. Actually, at one point, I was like, "Oh, this might win," because that performance was just so good. Like, it made everyone in my party woo, dance and everything. So it was really good. It was my I think Sweden was my third favorite as well. So I mean, everyone that I liked did quite well. But I mean, I'm just still sad about Darude. Considering me and Louise met him, he was such a nice guy. I thought, for being like someone with such fame, and I mean, he has one hit, but well, he has more, but no one knows about them. Sorry, Drew. But like when we met him, like I wasn't expecting him to even say yes to us interviewing him, and he did. He was so nice, and his mate Sebastian, is it Sebastian? It's Sebastian, right? He was actually funny, but in a really weird way. Like, I mean, Louise, you can vouch for this. Like, he was just really quiet, and then all of a sudden he started making the funniest jokes. Remember when I was like, "Can you sing a song about happy?" And he was just like, "Happy."
And he was like, "Editor, edit that out. You don't need that in your video."
It was so funny. It was so
funny. They just weren't afraid to be weird.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Like, I mean, it was a weird, North Macedonia, Chloe.
Well, I think we'll come to that.
We'll
we
get to that.
Disappointments, I think. So save all that for later.
Yeah.
What is the live chat saying, Matt or Chloe? Do we have any little updates, any snippets?
Commenting on the voting, saying it was kind of a disaster at some points.
Really?
Someone saying sorry about Ireland.
Germany getting 0.
It's okay. Last place overall. Do you know, though, that's because of Lena Headland, because she apparently did her scores upside down.
I saw that.
In the jury, so.
No,
think they'd be able to do it.
Yep, apparently so. So moving swiftly on from that travesty for my country, the all-time winners of Eurovision came last. Moving swiftly on to Iago, who were your winners last night?
I think for me, my absolutely winner was the Netherlands. I mean, there was magic in that stage, and it was with the Netherlands. I think we all, more or less, we agree with that. I mean, there's no words to say it. I mean, you have that special moment that not everyone has it in the stage. So for me, he was the real winner. And then also for me, it was a surprise. I really like the Swiss entry. For me, She Got Me was a banger, but we expect that. But with Italy, since the beginning, I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable with that because I think the staging in the rehearsals, it wasn't really good. But for me, last night and with the club thing and with everything, for me, Italy was one of the favorites by far. For me, it could easily win too.
It all came together in the end for Mahmoud. And Chloe, what did you think?
I think it's no surprise, the Netherlands, you know. I said it from the beginning, it was a winner. I got kind of worried when it came to the rehearsals, not going to lie, but it did all come together both on the semi-final and the final, which is great. Another one, I guess, would be Italy, because I had ruled it out as a potential winner from seeing the semi-final performance that was uploaded. And then on the night, it just had that moment, and the clapping helped it, and it deserved second, a well-deserved second place for me. And I guess my last one, I know it's weird, but Iceland. I didn't like the song, and then something about it on the semi-final had me like, yes, I love this. This could be a dark horse. And then on the night, I was like, I wouldn't mind this winning. As crazy as it would be, I wouldn't mind it winning. So they're probably my three.
Brilliant. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of recurring countries here. I'm going to change it up. Ooh. And, well, I'm going to agree with a lot of you. Firstly, I think the Netherlands, it all came together at the right time for Duncan, I think. The staging, there's a shot of him where the camera is turning and the lamp, and the shot where his arm comes out in the lighting. It had the winning moment, I think, that we needed this year. I also want to give a shout out to my girl Michaela from Malta. You were robbed. I don't know what happened. Was it your running order? The producers did you dirty. And I do have to say as well, and this is something we might touch on later, but in terms of announcing the results of the voting, I did feel uncomfortable. I know she came top 10. She was the 10th in the jury. But the fact that the camera went to her face when she was getting such low televote points, as an 18-year-old, I didn't think that was right. I mean, you need to. Fair enough for somebody who's getting really high points. You want to see their really happy reaction. I personally don't like watching somebody being sad and not getting the points that they wanted to get. So I still think it's a performance she could be so proud of. Oh my God, 18 years old, winning X Factor Malta, representing her country and breaking their non-qualification streak all in the space of 6 months. Like, that girl has so much to be proud of. And finally, La Venda Yakayo, because my boyfriend Mickey was robbed. Iago, I am so sorry. Like, I just have no words.
It was so unfair.
Last in the jury, not bottom 10. Last.
I know.
I don't think his singing was bad. Like, I'm sorry, Sir Hats was way worse. I am sad and lonely. Like, what is that? That's not singing.
I can't believe it. Although it should be said to all the Spanish viewers out there, you came 14th in the televote, which really is not terrible. The televote points were very spread out this year, weren't they?
Completely different to the jury votes,
Yeah. But you guys, you'll laugh at this particularly. I was at a Eurovision party and some Spanish friends were there, and I was sitting like this during the results going, no. And they said, Louise, you know how it feels to be Spanish now every year.
Exactly.
Every year.
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
But it wasn't deserved. So Spain, vamos España, you were my winner and you always will be. I'm going to keep following Mickey. And on that note, I'm gonna stop endorsing Spain. So, any more comments from our chat, Matt? What are the people saying to us?
I've got it up as well.
Sir Hat 10th in
I saw that.
televote, wasn't it?
What did you say, Sir Hat 10th?
That 10th in televote, which was, I mean, it's nice. So I guess that there is support for these little countries. It kind of, I don't know, it sets an example maybe for the other ones like Andorra, even Liechtenstein, if they were to come and join. Luxembourg, it would be great to have them back. So, yeah.
Oh, someone's saying, what do you think about Norway winning the televote? Well, I can vouch for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, Nush, take us away. What do you think?
It made me so happy. I've been listening to this song since I heard it. When did we react to that song? Like, must have been February, yeah. I've been listening to all their songs, and now they've got some other songs coming out. And they're just such a good group of people, and they're so nice. They were so sweet when we met them. Like, I think they deserved that, and especially because they started off so low. Like I genuinely, I was just like, what is going on? And then do you remember just that when they were like 236 points or something? I can't remember what they got.
291. They topped all of it.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then they just went to the top. I was just like, yes. I was just so happy. And I mean, I didn't think they were going to win because I kind of knew Netherlands was going to this whole time. Like, the first time I heard that song by the Netherlands, I wasn't quite too sure. But now, like, I'm like, yeah, look, I know why they won. But yeah, I think that the Norway's did well.
I have to say as well, I wasn't hugely surprised with their televote result because I was making 2 points of the night about this. Firstly, if you think of last year, Denmark and the Viking song, everybody got behind that. Anybody who was a casual fan was like, I love the Viking song. So this year, Norway was the reindeer song because they had the reindeer in the background. It was pure fun Europop. And also, Nush, you met two of my friends when we were at London Eurovision party. I brought two of my friends from Ireland along who are not Eurovision fans at all. They're, very much casual viewers. They just came along for fun. And I was quizzing them afterwards because I was like, this is important. What's their opinion? Because they might represent a casual viewer. And I was saying, guys, what did you think? And both of them, with completely different music tastes, said Norway took the house down. They said Norway was so good. We would vote for Norway. They did a cover of Shallow. It was awesome. Would listen to their stuff. They're charismatic.
Do you remember that was the first time I ever heard their version of "Shallow," and I was like,
It was incredible.
and the crowd. I think that was the biggest thing. The crowd were loving them. I mean, there was. I'm not going to mention who, but there was some artists that sang that night, and a lot of people were like, and that's just like they were just, they're there
High
because
impact. They were high impact.
yeah, and they are
For sure.
they're so good, so good.
So on that note, bringing it from high impact, guys, low impact. Who disappointed you last night, either in terms of their result or just in terms of their performance? Chloe, we might start with you.
I've got to say Malta to start off with. I thought she'd do so much better in the televote. She was robbed. I'm glad the jury's got behind her, but it deserved top 15. I get it, 16th. They haven't qualified in a while. They can be proud of that, but it was top 10 material in my eyes, so that kind of really annoyed me in a sense. Who else? I want to kind of say Azerbaijan, because I just found the staging too cluttered for the song it was, and I think they were trying to rely on the staging when the song was good enough on its own, and it still came top 10, which is good, but it could have done even better if it wasn't as cluttered in my eyes. And then Belarus, because in the semi-final for me, Belarus outsold Cyprus. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but to me that was the case in the semi-final. And in the final, I kind of saw why, but I still thought it was better than Cyprus. Like, the staging was so much more high impact. And 25th for her vocals. And yeah, I get the song's generic, but I thought that would have had more appeal. Like, she's 16, so she can be proud of that no matter what. And I think it should have done a bit better. Bottom 5's a bit rough for that, but she can be proud that she got her country to the final. So yeah, those would be my 3, I guess.
For sure. It's such a shame, Chloe, that the public didn't like it enough, So, terrible joke. Moving on. Iago, who disappointed you last night?
I think for me it could be also Malta. I don't know. I didn't feel so much energy when she performed. I don't know. She's a little bit static on the stage. I think this was her biggest problem. I still like the song, but I think maybe performing in the first place, I don't know if it were everything or what, but I feel a little disappointed with this final staging with her and also with the televoting, because for me it was even so low. And also for me it was Greece, because I love the Greek entry. Maybe it was similar with Greece and with Malta, because the staging for me, it was nothing special. It was cool. It was great. She looks great, but there was so much going on. Maybe a little bit of no sense. That, I don't know. Maybe televoters didn't like it. Juries didn't like it either. She sang very well, but I don't know. For me, it was a very good song, and she didn't deserve finishing in the 21st place. No.
Robberies, so many burglaries committed last night. Matt, tell us, what is the chat saying?
So Denmark saying apparently because they only got points for their neighbours. I'm not sure about that. Greece, I think that was quite underrated. I thought that would have done a lot better, especially with the juries, maybe.
We'll stick with you then, Matt. Who were your disappointments?
So I think in terms of the actual song, for me, Slovenia last night, I kind of felt like as it came on, it was boring rather than atmospheric. Although I thought it was kind of nice that it's just them two connecting with each other, I kind of felt a disconnect watching it, which kind of put me off a bit, and it was kind of a bit of a downer, I think. Maybe it's just because we've seen it before, so we kind of knew what was coming. But for me, it just kind of, I think for me it made Cyprus stand out afterwards because it was so much more high impact. But in the end, it did all right. In terms of the voting, I mean, obviously got to mention the UK. I was so disappointed that Michael came last. I don't think that was deserved.
Definitely not. No.
I honestly thought he would have done a lot better with the juries because of his voice, and you know, it's a
good performance
it's
too.
the right song, but yeah, I think he should have done slightly better. But then it's like thinking, who would you put like lower?
Higher.
I think all of the songs were quite good, and maybe that's why, you know, someone's got to come last, haven't they? But yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. But I think he's got, you know, great things to come, hopefully.
Yeah.
And he did well.
Yeah.
Well, he's great buddies with Sarah McTurnan, and I mean, at least they can be in the last club together, because very sadly, Ireland came last overall. But you know, Sarah and Michael are great fun. I'm sure they have great futures ahead of them. Nush, we still have to come to you. Disappointments?
So my main one we'll talk right after, but the actual performers, I would say Serbia and Slovenia. I was not even expecting them to get through. I was so disappointed. I know a lot of people like them, but for me, it just was so boring. I know it's a ballad, but like they were both. Well, no, Slovenia wasn't, but like it was just. They wasn't doing anything for me at all. I would actually go to the toilet every time like this kind of song came on. And it just, it didn't excite me enough. But one of my biggest disappointments, not because of the song, which it was Czech Republic. I loved their song, and they did so badly, didn't they? In the televote. Was it the televote? They got like 7 points. Like what? I thought it would be the other way around, because like. I mean, I think they did a good performance, but I would think the song's catchy enough to get people thinking. Like, I was singing "Friend of a Friend" even the first time I've heard that song. Like, it's so catchy. I'm just shocked. I'm really shocked how badly they did that. Like, I thought they were going to get top 10, like top 5 maybe. I really did. I was really, really surprised. But the main one, which everyone keeps talking about in the comments, is Madonna. Everyone is saying Madonna was the worst performer, which I think, in my opinion, I agree.
So Michael Rice didn't really come last night. Madonna, maybe we put Madonna honourable last place after Michael Rice.
Michael Rice was like 10 times better than Madonna. Like, oh my gosh, like she just with that voice. And then I'm sorry, but don't bring an American rapper. No one really in Europe. Okay, no one. But most people don't know who the hell that guy is. I didn't know who he was.
Not a clue.
And I was just like, what? This is for also, did anyone hear about there's going to be like an American version of Eurovision now?
Oh God.
Just that's an American sound. Like I thought she was going to sing Hung Up. Like ABBA remixed, you know, it would make sense if she sung that, because that's, you know, ABBA's part of Eurovision. They've always been, you know, that would make sense. Like I would have done it completely differently. I would have you know why they've got her. She's like a big superstar, but I'm sorry, it just did nothing for me. The best part of that performance was, the best part of the performance was they fell off. I was like, thank God. Thank God now. But that was quite cool. But like, I think what they did best was when they brought like all the like top 4 like singers in Eurovision, like Mon and
totally.
And Erica. Oh, that was great. That was so good. Like,
and Eleni,
I thought that was great.
Eleni stole the show, and like how many artists say they stole the show 2 years in a row, not just 2018. Eleni stole the show last night as well, I think. Yeah. Incredible. So moving on. Sorry, Nush, I missed you there.
Last year, I mean, not this. I said Cyprus should have got it last year because she's so good. She's so good.
That's a live stream for another day. 2018 disappointments. So moving on from disappointments, there was also people who surprised us. Definitely, I think we're going to have a couple of things to discuss here. Can we start with you, Matt? Did anybody really surprise you last night in terms of performance or result?
Yeah, so you don't like Serbia, but for me, it was a massive grower. I think, like, I even voted for it because I was just, I don't know why, but it was just, I think because there was nothing, although, you know, people have said it's quite a generic, you know, ballad of that kind of, you know, of that region. of something that we've kind of heard before, because there's nothing else overly similar in the final. I think for that reason it kind of stood out a bit. I thought it was staged very well, and it was just kind of, I liked that it was just different, I guess, to anything else in like the contest. Another one is North Macedonia. I thought it would do well, but to do that well, especially in the jury, I was thinking, are they gonna win? I was like, have they got an arena? Are they gonna, what? I was thinking, right, where's the capital? What are they gonna do? But I think it's their best result, and I think that it's well deserved. I think it just shows that if Macedonia keep their staging simple and don't ruin their songs, that they actually can do really well. Like I remember, 2017 and even 2018, like the songs, they had so much hype.
Don't. I'm still traumatized, Matt. Don't bring it up.
It just, plummeted. But yeah, no, I think she did a really good job, and it was just very kind of classy in a way. Like Sergey had all the mirrors and stuff, but I think the way that Tamara did it, it was less, I don't want to say self-obsessive, but it was more kind of
stylish.
Nice, yeah, just nicer.
Interesting. Okay. So full of surprises the show was. And Chloe, fill us in, what surprised you?
Got to agree, North Macedonia. I loved it since the first listen, and in my mind I was like, I'd love this to do top 10, but I don't think it will. And then it almost won the jury voting, and I was just sitting there like, I'm happy. It was a shock because I don't think anyone thought it was going to do that well, and I'm glad the simple but like impactful staging really worked in its favor. And like Matt said, maybe this is a sign that if they keep their staging simple, they can actually do well, So also Slovenia for me was a surprise because I thought it was going to flop. And I'm glad it came 13th, unlike any of you who seem to not like it whatsoever, but it's fine. I'll defend my
Slovenia.
My precious couple. I will defend them until they die. I'm happy. For me, the staging, it was the same in the national final, but I think translated to the stage, it still worked. They kept the intimate setting.
Cheeky kiss at the end.
I know, I was like, oh, you say you're friends, you're a couple, stop lying. But yeah, they got 13th. That's their best result of the decade, I'm pretty sure, so I'm happy for them. And then, who else was a surprise? I'm just going to say San Marino for not being in the bottom 5.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like 25th, 24th, and then it started racking up points from the juries, and I was like, well, I didn't expect this. And then it got 10th in the televote, and I'm like, you go, Serhat. Just you go. Congratulations.
Euro fans everywhere rejoice.
Yeah.
Iago, what about you? Did anyone surprise you last night?
Yeah, for me they were also in the first place San Marino, because I can see him in the last place and not at all. So I don't know. It's like you respect San Marino. It's like, because it's San Marino, you can come in the place that you want. But for me, it was really surprising. Also Slovenia, because I really like the song. But for me, they were like, I don't know, lifeless in the stage. I don't know. They needed more energy. The kiss in the end was a little bit like, yes, but no, but what is happening? I don't know. For me, they were higher than they deserve. And I love the song, but for me, the staging, and especially them, I can understand that. So it was a big surprise. Also Iceland, because I think they were gonna flop in the end. They were really focused on the staging, on the performance. I really think that even the jury and the televotes, maybe in the end they were going to give 0 points to Iceland, and finishing in a top 10 and being Iceland, I think it's a really good position.
Yeah, 6th in the televote they were, and I'm not sure what ranking in the jury, but they scored 48 points, so they didn't do too badly overall.
Yeah.
Okay. Nush, what about yourself? Any surprises last night?
Yeah, North Macedonia. Why? I didn't get it at all. I liked her dress. That was nice. That was nice.
Creases and all. They
like,
needed to iron that dress. I'm sorry.
They did.
I mean, I just wasn't expecting it at all. And you know, I was looking at the polls and the odding back, all of this, and like it just wasn't even predicted. So it's not like, oh, you know, you should always listen to what they're saying, because sometimes, you know, they're not right, but like normally they're like borderline right, and it just wasn't with that one. It was completely out of nowhere that did so well. But also the other one was San Marino. So someone literally said on the chat, how have the juries even given them any points? His singing was appalling. You are sad and lonely. No, it's creepy. He's like, but you guys, I'm Armenian, and we have these the people called kebabjis, and they're like the kebab men that make kebab. They make the kebabs in the shop, and they're literally like these guys, and they're always really flirty with like really young girls, and it's like that is a kebabji. So yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. But you know what? It was a very catchy song, so I will give it that. Like I was singing it. My grandma liked it. She was doing her little dance in the back. And yeah, no, I mean, like it was okay, but it was just not good enough in my head to be even getting any jury points. Whereas, like, you know, United Kingdom got 0 pretty much. So I was just like, what is going on? Yeah.
Well, I have to chime in and agree with what a lot of you have said, but one country that hasn't been mentioned as much, I think, is Denmark. Because even just looking at the results, Denmark scraped into the final with a solid 10th place and actually finished 12th in the final, which I find very, very surprising.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, and
I forgot about that.
I mean, I don't know, was it that she just had more friendly voting in the final behind her? Or did the juries just decide to get more behind her? Did the chair seem a bit bigger? UK fans? I don't know.
Bigger.
Like, it just... bigger. Like,
Bigger.
just that to me. Okay, everyone just say bigger. Let's get the chat room to say bigger.
Bigger.
Spam bigger in the chat. Bigger. Bigger. Okay, now that we've got that out of our systems, North Macedonia, I tend to agree. That jury ranking came out of nowhere for me. I kind of thought, yeah, good song, respectable song, good voice, interesting staging, yeah, mid-table, no bother. And what did she end up second overall in the jury?
Yeah. A few points behind Sweden.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it because, there was only a couple of points between the top 3 in the jury. And I just think, she's great vocals, and it's a great song with a great message, but surely, you know, Germany had a very similar message, no? You know, Albania had an amazing vocal. You know, I didn't think there was anything particularly special about North Macedonia, so I just found it very surprising. I don't know, maybe it was the name change. Maybe some people were like, oh, this is new, you know, or maybe it's that they were like, yeah, you got to the final, well done, North Macedonia, you know. I don't know. For me, that was a big shock. But then I was thinking earlier on, we know that there was an older demographic voting within the jury. And I actually was talking to my parents when I got home from the Eurovision party I was at, and they both said, yeah, North Macedonia was really good. So I don't know, is that the type of song that appeals to an older demographic or what it is? So yeah, for me, that was a big, big surprise. So let's return to our chat room. What are the chat room chiming in with in terms of surprises? Chloe, can you see anything there?
Someone's just saying that Sweden was overrated by the juries once again. So what do you think about that?
Oh, yes, that is something we've not mentioned. Does anybody want to chime in on that one?
I'll go on a rant, so I'm not going to chime in.
Wait, what did you say?
I'm going to stop myself.
I disappeared.
Sweden being overrated by the juries. Yeah, I could rant a little bit also. I think there's a real problem with the juries.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Totally.
First,
I don't want to say something I'll regret.
First, I don't know. I think his televote was more reflective, personally, of where he needed to be. I don't know, Matt. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just quite funny to think that two songs, both written by the same person, by John. One ends up in first, and the other one ends up. Where was it? The UK in the jury. Was it like 24th or something?
I'll check
Something like
now
that,
here.
yeah.
It was
Jury.
something. Yeah.
United Kingdom came third from last in the jury.
Yeah. So it's like the same songwriter, similar songs. I do think Sweden was executed better in the way that I think it felt. I think it just looks a bit more polished, maybe. But there are definitely a clear disparity in between the two. I do think it maybe was a little bit like I could imagine it top 5, but to win it, I think, for me personally, there were songs like the Netherlands or even Switzerland. It's a really radio-friendly hit, something you think that the juries would really like. For Sweden again to be winning, it's I mean, they're doing all the right things clearly, but I think I definitely agree that the televote is a more an accurate representation of where it should maybe have been placed. But yeah, I think we were all expecting Sweden. I know I personally was thinking, Sweden are going to win the jury, because I think it's just, it's very similar in a way, like that kind of gospel sound to Caesar last year. So maybe we're going to see a lot more of that in the years to come.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. I actually saw a tweet earlier on where somebody made the point that because of Cesar winning or coming second in the jury vote last year, and now with Sweden, winning, and now Sweden winning it this year, does that mean we're going to see an increase in those kind of soul, pop, gospel songs coming along to Eurovision? Also, I have to note Jan Lundvik's face when he got his televote points. I mean, I did feel terrible for him. The camera should not really have been on him for it, but like most memeable moment of the year, I mean, his face just dropped.
And with like Malawi too.
Yeah, at least he didn't get 0.
That was terrible.
No, at least he didn't get 0. I mean, I didn't like Germany's song, but like it shouldn't have got 0.
Can we just? I'm sorry. 0 points.
Oh yeah, brutal.
All I was thinking of was was it 2016 when was it Gabriella for Czech Republic when they got 0?
Oh yeah,
that wasn't
undeserved.
It's just undeserved. There's got to be someone voting for him, surely. Like
Gabriella walked so Nicholas and Lake Malawi could run.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like it's just crazy. I mean, someone's also, I probably should chime in about this. Someone keeps talking about Armenia not even getting through to the final. Like, to be fair, like I was surprised it didn't, but at the same time, we have such Armenians are all over the place, so I thought the diaspora would be enough to get us through. But like the song, like it wasn't we should probably talk about the semi-finals. So I don't know if you guys thought this. The semi-finals were so unfair. Like the way that they were, I mean, I don't know how they do it. Do they do it randomly? Because like there was all the bad ones, in my opinion, were in one day, the semi-final one, and all the good ones are on the semi-final too, which made it seem a bit like you couldn't really go through unless your song really stood out in the semi-final too. And unfortunately, Armenia was number 1, the first contender, and then their song just didn't stand out by the end. It just wasn't that exciting. And I mean, Armenia needs to do better. They used to be so good. They used to be so good. I used to be like, yeah, Armenia. Used to never really go for the United Kingdom. Bit controversial. But then, like, they just completely flopped after that genocide song they did, which, I'm sorry, it just really wasn't good. Oh, God. Maybe
I wonder, in that semi-final, it was so top-heavy with solo females. And did that semi-final only kick in when Luca Hani came out in the fourth position with
it did.
She Got Me? You know,
It
did it
did.
only kick in then? Because I just think that Armenia, Ireland and Moldova were just thrown to the dogs as soon as Luca came out. He stole the show. And I think, is it that semi-final? The last 6 performers all qualified, which is almost unheard of. And 7 from the second half and only 3 from the first half. You usually get 5 and 5, or maybe 6 and 4 from each half, but it was actually 3 from the first half and 7 from the second half. So very, very interesting. I think we'll open the floor in a minute to more open questions. So if the chat room could just at Eurovision Hub, and my trusty friends all here are going to be watching out for some good questions while you're typing in your questions. So at Eurovision Hub and ask us your question, and we'll try and address as many as we can. I just want to read out something from our lovely friend Katie Isles, who can't join us on the live stream at the moment, but we're going to share some of her thoughts with you in the chat room, and you can let us know what you think. I think she may actually be with us in the chat room as well. So Katie asked me to say, firstly, she thought it was the best Eurovision she's watched in years, in spite of not liking many on her first watches. She said, I almost like every song in some way. That made for a really enjoyable and fun contest for me. My family really enjoyed it too, even my husband, who used to hate it. Well and truly brainwashed. Love that. The fact that I ended up voting for Iceland, Katie voted for Iceland,
I can't really.
among others, I thought it was hilarious. She said too, obviously I'm super happy for Duncan. A beautiful man wrote a beautiful song and performed it perfectly, and it won. Isn't that such a nice way to sum it up? She also said, my biggest surprise was Spain. At no point, I'm going to try not to cry while I read this. At no point did I think that it would not end up top 10 or at least 15. I'm with you there, Katie.
Yeah.
I really don't get that one at all. Nobody does. Iago, lo siento.
I'm just crying.
Oh,
Yes.
crying in Spanish.
Crying in
Crying in
Spanish.
I'm sorry, but like, I'm gonna say something. Like, I never have liked any of the Spanish entries. This no offense, but like,
Brainwashed her.
this one was so fun. Like, why did no one think? Like, I just wanted to like, yay.
Was he missed at the end? Was it actually bad that he performed last? Were people off on toilet breaks after Australia? Is that what happened?
I don't know what happened, but for me, I think for me and for the rest of Spain, it wasn't surprising at all. Because I mean, you get used to finish in the last places and have no votes. I mean, I think for the rest of Europe that like La Venda, it was more surprising than for the Spanish Euro fans.
But you know what that makes me think? Because UK's always comes last, like it always. The thing is, it makes me think no matter what song we do, it's going to be like you guys, like
exactly
it's the exact same thing. But
same
it's just that's not fair.
Exactly.
But then North Macedonia, how does that get up so high? I'm sorry, that makes no sense. Like,
and I need to say that I'm reading the comments, and for me also, Portugal, it didn't deserve the 15th place in the semi-final. I mean, it was semi too, but yes, last with the juries. What happened to the I don't know.
Juries should have respected the artistry, I do think, with Portugal. You know, that's what they're supposed to be there for. Shocking. So many burglaries happened this week. Katie also said house favourites were Czech Republic, Russia, Azerbaijan, Norway, Switzerland, Spain, and even Estonia, who all performed well on the night. She also said the hosts didn't go down well in this house. They didn't listen to what was being said, which was annoying. And Katie is into her hosting and presenting, so she knows what she's talking about. She said the length of the intro was ridiculous, 58 minutes or something, apparently. It started so well and then just went on and on and on. The girls had to go to bed without the voting as they have exams this week. I mean, so thoughtless for the many young people studying out their Eurovision. Really bad. Always clashes terribly, doesn't it, with exams?
I remember going through GCSEs, failing those because I watched Eurovision, doing my failing them because I watched Eurovision.
That's probably me this year. Great.
So relatable. She also said, okay, this is an interesting talking point, which we might come to. I really like the current voting system. I thought the way that the televote can totally change the leaderboard makes for a lot of exciting TV. I actually felt sorry for John at the end. That was so mean. I even quite like the difference between the two sets of votes. It's possibly a reflection of real life. You've only got to look at how much we all differ between ourselves. So true. And finally, she said, I thought the production on the whole was better than expected. I loved the opening and flags. Made me excited. I know that there were some issues with cameras, but apart from the interval and Madonna, I think it ran quite smoothly. Or maybe I was just having too much fun to notice. Finally, I am just super bloody happy that Duncan won and that we can go to the Netherlands next year. Yay! I think that deserves a cheer. Amsterdam or Rotterdam 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's fly along to our chat room questions. You've probably heard enough of my voice. Can I give you the reins, please, Chloe? Can you pick out a question from the chat room that's come up? Maybe one that's caught your eye and we can discuss it.
France. Are we shocked by France's result and just the big five in general? What went wrong?
Yeah.
Can you say your question again, Chloe?
Oh. I can't find it again. Are we shocked by France's result and the big five in general? What do we think went wrong?
Okay.
I think he did.
Anyone want to jump
I think
in?
he did quite a good performance. Like when I first heard, I think most of us actually thought his vocals were quite poor when we ever first reacted to this song. I think his voice was so good on the night. So I was quite shocked because a lot of people were rooting for France. Like in the room I was in, like everyone was like France, 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 and I was just like, for me, it was just like compared to Switzerland, Netherlands, and like Sweden. For me, it was not even, and Italy. Oh my God, Italy! I forgot about Italy. Like that, they were so much better in my opinion. So I think that might have been why. But his vocals were great. I think he did a really good job.
14th isn't bad at all. I mean, especially for a big five, an automatic qualifier. I was talking to friends about this last night, and I know that the automatic qualifiers get their minute in the semi, where they get to kind of present their song. But I actually think it's a disadvantage to not be in the semi-final. I know that not everybody who watches the final watches the semi-final, but I think even in terms of odds, if you know they're hyping up, oh, the Netherlands are going to win this semi, Australia are going to win this semi, that pushes even a bit more hype. Then they get through the semi. How are they going to do in the final? Oh wait, we forgot Italy's in the final as well, you know. And I feel like Italy in particular needs to be mentioned. Italy comes so close every year and they just don't quite make it. And I even saw Italian fans last night really upset, and they were happy for the Netherlands, but they were making the point, you know, people tell us every year, you know, if it hadn't been for the Netherlands, it would have been your year. 2017, if it hadn't been for Portugal, it would have been your year. 2015, if it hadn't been for Sweden, it would have been your year. When is our year going to be? So I actually did, while runner-up is a great result, and Mahmoud should be so proud, especially after the amount of adversity he's had to face in the run-up to Eurovision. I am disappointed for them in some senses that they didn't snatch the win. Any other thoughts on the big five?
It's not really surprising anymore. I think we've just all gotten used to it. Like, what can we expect? The minute's not enough. I seriously think the semi-final interval should be the big five and the host. It would be a full performance. You'd get to see everything, and it would be just a better interval because it's to do with Eurovision, and then save the stuff to do with your country for the final. Four of the bottom five were pre-qualifiers. Like, what does that say?
That's very true, yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't even have a top five. Like, just put them all in semis. Like, just make things so much.
The problem there is, though, that they bring so much money and they bring so many viewers. I mean, nearly half of the viewers. If you think there's like, what, is there 80 million people in the UK or something? Or there's like, what, 30 million in Spain? I don't know, but there's huge populations. They're nearly half of the population of Europe. And if those countries aren't in the final, it is going to affect, unfortunately, the viewership for the final. I think the money and the viewership is the reason that it is the way it is.
I don't know. I guess out of my friends, like, I'm literally the only one that watches Eurovision, so I never thought that we would really be contributing it to that much, you know, extent. But I mean, we do put a lot of money into it, although we never do it any good. Like, oh, like, do you remember when Blue came on? Was it Blue?
I can. 2011.
I can.
And they didn't do well, and it's just like, and Darude
I think they did okay, did they not?
No.
Came like
Left-hand side.
Left-hand side.
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, they got 100 points, I think, didn't they?
They could have even done better, but they still did well.
I don't even remember the song now. Like, for me, it needs to be a memorable song. Like, I just can't remember it at all. And none of the UK ones, to be honest. Actually, I remember Surrey?
Yeah.
I remembered hers. Hers was good. Although
Lucy Jones.
she had that like crazy person come on stage. That was intense.
Justice for Surrey.
At least we had no stage invaders this year.
That's true.
No.
I was a bit on edge though during this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I was a little bit on edge.
Luckily, it went pretty smoothly, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
And moving swiftly on, Matt, do we have any more interesting questions from the live chat?
Yes. So quite a random question. What was your favourite staging prop? So Sweden's stapler, or what else was there? Poles.
The chair, Mickey's house, Paco.
Yeah.
Paco. No, Paco. No.
Protect Paco at all costs.
That's so funny.
I wonder what they're going to do with Paco now. He can come live in my house.
No, please.
Paco. You just see me bringing him on a Ryanair flight home from Barcelona, and everyone's like,
I quite liked Australia's sticks that they were standing on.
the poles.
They were really swinging. I was just thinking, how are they not crashing into each other? You know,
They look as if they're colliding.
like you need to get the synchronization of that on point. Oh, like collision.
They must have incredible core strength to sing and to do that.
Yeah,
Incredible.
massive. And how does she sing and do that?
Girl's talented.
Maybe that's what's giving her those operatic vocals.
Maybe I should try singing the next time I'm in the gym.
Yeah, good plan.
Iago, any props take your fancy?
I don't know. For me, for example, Switzerland, that was the same formula as Cyprus, but for me it was improved with the LED screens, and it was like make it simple, but very effective. And for me, it was one of the best stagings of the night. And he sings really well, and he sang really well yesterday. So I was shocking, and also Australia, because I didn't like the song at all, and I think the stage elevate the song. And for me, I thought it was finishing in a top 3. So imagine.
Any more questions in the chat there?
What are your thoughts on Madonna's performance? Another one.
She couldn't find her keys.
I
I
agree.
think she left some of her keys at home.
Yeah, I just that was a disappointment, massive disappointment.
$1 million, apparently.
For that.
Yeah.
For that.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hoping for just something like fun and just like a classic, like Madonna. You know what? You know her songs that she's kind of known for. A bit more of that, but she went down the more.
She turned it into
avant-garde.
a cult. She turned it into a cult, and it was kind of scary at one point. I was like, it's so funny. I could hear because the parents are in one room, and then like the kids that were all like in our 20s were in one. I can just hear the grandma's like, "Oh, Satan!" And I was like, so funny.
I'm just imagining your dad, Nish.
I wasn't there, but my grandma and like all the my mum's side with that, and like they're all like that. They're like Sadhana, which is like Armenian for the devil. I was cracking up, but no, yeah, like I think next year I want to talk a bit about next year what they'll be doing, because the Netherlands is a big country for DJs. I mean, I was
thinking of you.
I had the same. Yeah, I had the same film.
They gotta get some good. If Armin van Buuren, Oliver Heldens, like they've got so many good DJs. I want them. I think they will.
Yeah,
do a really good job. I think they really will because they're really into music. They're a very musically in tune country. So I would be surprised if they don't do a good. I think Israel did quite well with stuff like that as well because they're quite techie. So I thought they did okay, but it's like Sweden when they did it. Was it the last time they hosted? They had Swedish House Mafia. And I was like, so
they did a VT, I think, for one of their openings. Yeah, which was amazing.
But yeah, the Netherlands will do a good job, I think. So I'm really happy to see them win. I'm happy that Duncan got it, that he knew who we were. Like, that doesn't make any 10 times better.
44 years.
But yeah, that is incredible. And I just have to say the Netherlands would be a lovely country, I think, for a lot of people to visit. You know, it's a good excuse to go on the canals and have coffee, sitting on a boat. I can see us all there now. Eurovision Hub on tour.
Oh, it's been great. But I don't actually... someone says Nikki tutorials to host. Isn't she from...
She's been tweeting, hasn't she?
Oh, is she from... I didn't know she's from Holland. I thought she was from Sweden.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so funny. Imagine.
She's offered herself to host on Twitter. Yeah, she was like, I'll turn my cheek so you can all see my highlight.
She's great. So she's good. I actually quite like her stuff.
Was she an influencer or a makeup artist?
She is. She's big, huge, big.
Okay, yeah.
She's big time, big time.
She was very excited anyway.
Oh yeah, like I'm trying to see if there's any other.
I think one country we haven't mentioned actually who came third was Russia.
Oh yeah,
again.
Sergey. Okay, Sergey. I wasn't expecting that actually at all because I thought when he did the other song. What was it called?
You're the only one.
You're the only one.
I just called it Thunder and Lightning because it was. He loves rain. He loves rain and lightning, doesn't he?
He does.
He likes drama, but I think he did a lot better than the music video because the music video to me was just like no, but the actual performance was a lot better, and I actually was a bit more like. I'm hooked on this a little bit more than I thought I was going to be. And I think he's so big in Eastern Europe, guys. Like, he's massive.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people are just really, like, into his stuff. So it helped him performing for Russia, for sure, for that reason.
Anyone else have anything to scream about Russia?
It did better than I thought. I knew it was always going to get a top 10 result. And I don't know, something about it, I was like, it's so early on, it's not going to be remembered, but I was proven wrong, like a lot of stuff this year, and it came top 3. And
that televote.
I think Sergey's got a curse for coming third, so...
It's like Sarah Alto coming second, Sergey comes third.
He did only go, was it 6th, though, in his semi-final?
Yeah, he came 6th in the semi, which I kind of called him not doing as well. I was like, I don't think he's done well.
Do you think that might be something to do with how they do the voting system?
It's because he probably had more friendly voters in the final. Like, he had Belarus, he had countries he didn't have in the semi.
Yeah, I agree. Because, like, could we vote for him? Was he in the first or second semi? The second.
Second, so we could.
Yeah, so we could vote for him as well. There's a lot of people I know from the UK that listen to his music. So... I think that might have helped as well. Like, you just got to think about diasporas. Like, it's like with Greece and Cyprus, like even the jury.
Exactly. Terrible.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're all Cypriot Armenians, most of us. And then we had actually my friend's boyfriend, Cypriot, proper Cypriot. And it was so funny. Every time like Cyprus voted for Greece, he's like, oh, what a surprise.
Yeah.
They won again. Okay.
But even the Greek delegation were just so still. They were like thanks. Normally it's like, woo, 12 points. The Greeks were like, yeah.
It's so funny. I just, you just know with those things, like, you just know. And I love how every single country from Eastern European are like flying in the air when they're giving out their points, the jury points, in like the fountain. It's either the flying in the air or the fountain. Yeah. It's so funny. I love that bit. I love it. It's great. It's absolutely great.
I think we could sit here all day and dissect it all, but I think to finish off this live stream, if we could get the chat room to join in on this, if we just go around and say who our overall winner of Eurovision 2019 is, and if the chat room want to throw in theirs too, we can call some of them out. So tag us at Eurovision Hub and type who your winner or winners were of Eurovision 2019. We're going to state the obvious here. My winner was Spain. Spain was robbed. I'm calling the policia. And I want to file a report because I'm like the girl with the meme at the police station because Mickey was robbed and I love him forever. So that was my winner of Eurovision 2019 forever. Iago. Yes, I want to bring it to you. Solo quiero alegría, la medalla cayó. Iago. Who was your ganador?
Mi ganador for me it was the Netherlands. I mean, I love Spain. I love Mickey performance. For a Spanish entry was something different, having even a staging. But for me, the Netherlands had this special moment, this magical moment that I could even see that in Italy's performance. But for me, the Netherlands, it was just the best. And you can see in his eyes that he was so confident when she was playing the piano with that light coming down. I mean, you can feel the moment. For me, it was clear.
Yay! So Iago's winner won. And Nush, did your winner win?
Norway was my winner.
Televote winner.
It was the televote winner. So I guess they did win in some sense. And a lot of people in the comments right now are saying Norway too. I just think they were incredible, and I will be listening to their stuff from now on, like all the time. I think they're great. Like,
oh, amazing. Norway definitely the crowd pleaser. And who pleased you the most this year, Chloe? Who was your winner of Eurovision 2019?
Has to be the Netherlands. I mean, my reaction, I cried every time I heard this song. When I voluntarily put it on, I cried. This is the first time since I've started watching Eurovision that my number one favourite has won, so I am ecstatic. Well deserved. Performance had me in tears. It was just perfect. He put his emotion into it. He put everything he had into it, and I'm kind of like a half Dutch person now. I'm half Dutch now, so hi. But yeah, Netherlands had to be for me, 100%.
So we're all going to be queuing up at various embassies over the next year to see where we can get our passports. As I got a taste of Spanish tapas and disappointment, I know that I can truly be soon.
You're invited. You're invited. Really.
Yay! Coming to visit you, Iago. And I have a feeling I know where this is going. Matt, who was your winner?
Yeah, mine was Netherlands. Just quickly from the chat, we've had Norway again, Italy, Malta. Yeah, for me, Netherlands was my favourite. I was a little bit worried that it might, kind of get ruined by however they did it on stage. But I think they kept it fairly simple. I liked, the little ball of light, whatever that was. It just was all very nicely done. And I think he's a very deserved winner. And yeah, I think I'm looking forward to Netherlands, wherever we'll be in 2020. It's going to be a good year, I think. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Really exciting. Amsterdam, Rotterdam, wherever it's going to be 2020. We're so excited. We hope you're excited. Stay tuned to Eurovision Hub because we have more content coming your way. We're still in the middle of our national final reaction series, so do stay tuned for that. And if you liked our live stream, do let us know. If you want us to do more of this, we totally can. Just you let us know. Don't forget, we're going to do some general admin. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Like the video. Anyone want to add anything in?
Yeah, me. I was reading. Yeah. I was reading in the comments, and I have to say, because some people were asking, what do we think about if Ukraine would participate in Eurovision?
Great question.
For me, maybe just watching the national performance, this could be easily a top 5, if not a winner, especially in the televote.
Well, we quickly go around. What do we think? I think she could have won.
Yeah, I agree. Top 5, definitely. I don't know about when, considering the juries might have pulled it down, but top 5 for me, it would have been.
Yeah, I agree. I honestly, I think it was one of those songs that I was like, this is going to do so well. It was, again, very radio friendly, and it was just such a when I heard that, I was like, they've made a big no. That was a big mistake. Big mistake.
Eurodrama. Matt, what do you think?
I think she would have come first or second with the televote, with the jury. I think she would have stayed top 10, but I think she would have gone maybe around where Switzerland were with the juries maybe. But yeah, if she's free next year, then, you know, UK, come on, Maruv, please. I think she'd be great.
Ireland will take you, Maruv. I'll get onto the delegation. That'd be great.
Anyone will take Maruv.
You can be from anywhere. You can be from anywhere. You don't have to go to your country. Like it's done all the time. Like Greece and Cyprus never ever have like their actual, you know, singers. It just, that's not how it works. So like San Marino.
Yeah.
Sir Hat. So on that note, guys, I think we're going to finish up this live stream. It was so nice. Thank you everybody for joining us, and I think we had a good time, didn't we, guys?
Yeah, it's been fun.
Definitely.
We'll have to do one again. Don't forget to like this video. Anything else, guys?
Watch our videos.
Yes. That's very important.
Subscribe to our channel and
hit the notification bell so you get notified on the reaction video.
And don't forget to stay tuned for our national final series, which is continuing with you all soon. So I'm going to sign off. This is Louise saying goodbye from Ireland. Talk to you all soon. Anybody else want to say bye?
No,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.